Welcome to today's deep dive. We're zeroing in on a single, highly passionate piece of source material today. It's a YouTube video titled The Overnight Script, uploaded by Veselin, or Wes. Cool chick.
Right, and the mission here is to objectively break down his pitch about fixing what he calls a broken brain.
Exactly. Transforming your reality without relying on that traditional, grinded-out hard work we are so used to hearing about.
It's a fascinating watch, honestly.
Yeah.
You usually expect these kinds of life-altering pitches to be super polished, like shot in a rented mansion or something.
Oh, for sure.
But this is incredibly raw and direct.
Yeah, okay, let's unpack this. The setup itself is deliberately unvarnished. He is literally filming from a family cruise ship, just squeezing this in right before dinner.
And he's talking directly to you, the viewer, with this intense urgency.
He really doesn't pull punches. His core diagnosis is that your brain is broken. Essentially, your mind is playing a negative movie on a loop. And that specific, persistent script is what's actively attracting struggle into your life.
What's fascinating here is how he grounds that claim. Anyone familiar with manifestation knows the idea that the human mind can't always distinguish between intense imagination and reality.
Right. It's not an entirely new concept.
No, but he uses incredibly relatable, visceral examples to drive the mechanics home. He points out how you can watch a completely fake, scary movie, yet feel genuine physical terror.
Like grabbing your partner in the theater.
Exactly. Or you watch a fictional romance and feel real butterflies. The brain and body react to the imaginary script exactly as if it were actually happening.
It's all about that physical response to a mental loop. And to prove why breaking this loop matters, he dives into his own backstory, which is pretty heavy, actually. He grew up as a poor black kid in Houston, Texas.
With pastor parents, right?
Yeah, parents who preach the classic traditional path. Money doesn't grow on trees, go to school, outwork everyone. But playing by those rules failed him.
He dropped out of college, right?
Yep, dropped out, spent a few days in jail, and eventually found himself completely broke with 3 kids, despite constantly hustling.
It's a powerful framing technique. By highlighting that he was doing everything right, reading the books, working incredibly hard, and still failing, he creates a friction point. It resonates with a burnt-out audience.
It totally validates the exhaustion of people who feel like their input of hard work just isn't matching their output of success.
It builds a lot of empathy.
It does, and here's where it gets really interesting. He hits this massive epiphany. It took him a decade to realize his focus was completely backward.
He realized it wasn't about chasing money.
Right, and it wasn't just about passively reading law of attraction books like The Secret. It required a much deeper, active transformation of the mind.
Rewriting that internal movie.
Entirely rewriting it.
Yeah.
He claims that by doing that, he completely flipped his financial situation at age 35. And he's 45 now, so he's looking back on a decade of this actually working.
So what does this all mean?
Well, it leads to his ultimate promise, a method to rewrite your mind's movie in just 45 days.
And he positions this as a universal fix. It doesn't matter if you're 40 or 70, sick, depressed, or going through a divorce.
The pitch is that external circumstances are irrelevant if you can just change that internal script.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this pitch is essentially a complete rejection of modern grind culture. We live in an era obsessed with outworking the competition.
Always hustling.
Exactly. But this philosophy flips that on its head. It places the entire mechanism of success and failure on internal mental framing. It treats your external reality as nothing more than a trailing indicator of your internal imagination.
It definitely makes you stop and evaluate your own baseline. For you listening right now, consider it. What kind of movie is currently looping in your own mind? And how might that unseen default script be actively shaping the reality of your day-to-day life without you even noticing?
This raises an important question. If our brains truly and physically react to imagined realities exactly as they do to movies, what would happen if we purposely directed that imagination to simulate and solve our worst-case scenarios before they happen, rather than solely visualizing a perfect life?